Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, Nettie is spending some time with her family. So you just get me tonight, not me and Nettie. But I hope she's having fun with her mom and enjoying that time there. Spending time with family is super important. So I am so glad she's getting time to spend with her family. Bob's Adventure is already talking about hippie stuff. Mel and Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless is in the chat though, so they're able to join us by chat. I would like to give a big thank you to Nettie because she did a lot of research on this one, so it should be fun. And happy place for Nettie, if you don't mind, could you drop a link to Nomadic Hippie's last paranormal video that he did, the one of the morgue? The rocking chair that he has in the middle of a morgue moves. It's time-stamped in the comments. It's crazy. You have to go see it. If you've not seen it yet, you have to go see it. The way the chair moves is insane. It doesn't just move. It like moves again, turns, knocks something off a table. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out. The link should be dropping soon, so maybe you can click on it and mark it as a like save for later thing. Let me go through. Is Hippie awake yet? I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I did catch some of his live yesterday and looked like he had a good time. I'm going to go through and say hello to everybody. Thank you, Nursing Our Travel Bug, for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bob, for sharing that link. I appreciate it. Let me go through here real quick and welcome everybody in. We have MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless was first in here. Hello. Thank you for coming in. I know you're busy today. We have Hitch Up and Toe, who had to leave, but thank you for stopping by. Bob's Adventure. We have Thrifty Angela. Happy Place Camping. We have the Traveling Gilberts. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Then we have Scott Jacobs in Appreciation. Hello, hello. Hope all is going well with you. We have Nell Court. And we have Thin Blue Lane. Hey, thanks for coming in. Lucky Dog Productions moderator, Sue, thank you so much for coming in. And Tommy Travels, hey there. Thanks for coming. Nursing Our Travel Bug, hello, hello. All right. So if you missed the announcement, Nettie is spending some time with family today, so you just get me. But we have a really cool Lemp Mansion, which is in St. Louis, Missouri. And we're going to learn the history of it and some hauntings that have gone on there. So we're going to go over that. Let me get my screen up and going here. Nettie was nice enough to put this little video together for us, which I really, really appreciate. All right, let me get this bigger over here. All right, so this is the Lemp Mansion in 1982. I have been by this place. I'm from Missouri and not far from St. Louis. And I've been by the mansion a lot. I have not stayed there. I did, hey Box Van D, I did go in. Lemp Mansion is part of a family that owned a huge brewery in St. Louis. And they had tunnels underground that they used for the liquor. Well, when I was a teenager, 14 years old or so, 1892, yes, sorry. When when I was about 14 or so, I worked at a haunted house near me. And because of that, we got to travel to all the different haunted houses in the area. And the Limp Brewery had turned their tunnels system into a haunted house. And so that was a really, really cool thing to go see, to go down into the tunnels and explore, especially when it's done up like a haunted house. But that's as close as I've actually been to the Lemp Mansion. So let's get into, oh, Happy Place Camping. Hey, Boxy and D says hey, and Linda Barker. I'm not sure if I said hi yet. I'm sorry. I'm a little off tonight. I apologize. Not having Nettie here, it's a little different for me. But also, I just had a really busy weekend. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's see what the history is, what kind of ghost sightings. Oh, hey, Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes. All right. Said to be one of the 10 most haunted places in America, the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri, continues to play host to the tragic Limp family. All right. 21 watching. Thank you all for being here. WMJ Limp, St. Louis Lager Beer. This is the beer that I was talking about they used to make in the brewery. They were one of the places that competed with Anheuser-Busch. They were as big as Anheuser-Busch way back in the day. So the Lemp Mansion was once famous for producing the best beer in the country. The house, built in 1868, has undergone various renovations and has lost much of its ornate charm. It is thought to be still inhabited by dead Limp family members, many of whom committed suicide in the residence. Sorry, my phone is going crazy. Thanks, Happy Place. Happy Place said, can we please get BB to 21 likes? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Over the years, the mansion was transformed from the stately home of millionaires to office space, decaying into a run-down boarding house, and finally restored to its current state as a fine dinner theater, restaurant, and bed and breakfast. Now, I have seen people that have gone to the mansion and stayed as the bed and breakfast type deal, and no one stays overnight that works there. So if you were to go and no one else was renting any of the rooms, you would be in this haunted mansion by yourself. It's kind of crazy. Now, I hope you all can see my mouse here. This room right here is supposed to be the most haunted in the entire place. Let's keep going. The Limp family history is long and tragic. The family's patriarch was Joanne Limp, Joanne? I don't know how to say that name. Limp, also called Adam. He was born in 1778 in Germany and became neutralized in 1841. He eventually settled in St. Louis. Aside from selling groceries, Limp also sold beer and vinegar. He then started focusing solely on manufacturing and selling beer. He was among the first persons in the United States to produce German lager. Oh, Thin Blue Lane, I love this stuff too. I'm glad you like it. That place is just picture perfect to be haunted too. I've actually seen from friends real ghosts, like pictures. They didn't believe in ghosts. They were taking a picture at the in the dinner theater area, and a ghost was in their picture. So I believe this place is haunted. Okay, I think the name is John. I don't know why it's got an A in it, but John Adam Limp. Y'all know I don't know English very well. Hey, ZX24Me. Then Blue Lane says, I know that guy. All right. The light golden lager was a welcome change from the dark beers that were sold at the time. The recipe handed down by his father was so popular that just 2 years later, he gave up the grocery store and built a small brewery in 1840, at a point close to where the Gateway Arch stands today. It's actually, the Limp Brewery is right across from Anheuser Brewery, so kind of crazy. The world-renowned export brand Limp's Extra Pale. That's what I think one of their labels looked like. A millionaire by the time of his death, Adam Limp died on August 25, 1862, and his son William began a major expansion of the brewery. He purchased a 5-block area around the storage house on Cherokee, above the Lagering Caves. Or Lagering Caves, sorry. The William Limp. In 1864, a new plant was completed at Cherokee Street and Carondelet Avenue. Continually expanding to meet the product demand, the brewery eventually covered 5 city blocks. This is crazy. When I look at these older images of it, it's so crazy to me because pieces of this place still stand. Not all of it. A lot of it's been knocked down. Some of it has fallen down. But this is an area that I drive past pretty often. And it's crazy to see it full. It's pretty cool. In 1868, Jacob Fickert, Nettie says, I'm thirsty now. In 1868, Jacob Fickert, William Limp's father-in-law, built a house a short distance from the Limp Brewery. In 1876, William Limp purchased it for his family, utilizing it as both a residence and an auxiliary office. Rosie D said, can't watch all of this right now, but I'm going to have to watch it later. I live in St. Louis, and I love the Lemp Mansion. Hey, Rosie, I'm from St. Louis, well, outside of St. Louis also, and Limp is very interesting to me also. So great to have you here. Thanks for coming in. While the home was already impressive, Limp immediately began renovating and expanding the 33-room house into a Victorian showplace. From the mansion, a tunnel was built from the basement through the caves to the brewery. Now, I don't know if we'll get into this later on. I haven't read all the way through this because I like to be as surprised as you guys by what Nettie digs up. But I know that in the house, in the restaurant, in the kitchen area, which leads to the caves, is supposedly the most haunted area other than the bedroom I was talking about. There's supposed to be a lot of paranormal activity in that area. So these are the caves. See, that looks so creepy. And it's not even done up for Halloween. See, I was talking about back in the day, we had the caves that were decorated as a haunted house. And it was creepy. But without them even being decorated, they're creepy looking. All right. And these caves run all over underneath downtown. Like right out downtown and St. Louis are kind of the two separate entities, if I can explain that. Downtown St. Louis, the arch is there and all the like businesses and everything, and then less than a 5-minute drive, you get into more of where the breweries are and things like that. So that's St. Louis, but not necessarily downtown. And there's all kinds of these tunnels. It's pretty cool. Thin Blue Lane says, still hanging out in Mayberry. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a blast in Mayberry at the get-together. The Limp Western Brewery was the first brewer to establish coast-to-coast distribution of its beer. At the same time, he was building his own business empire. William Sr. also helped Pabst, Anheuser, and Busch get started. There's an image of the brewery. Now, in the bottom of that building that just showed is where the haunted house used to be held. In the midst of this success, the Limp family experienced the first of many tragedies when Frederick Limp, William Sr.'s favorite son, and the heir apparent. In the midst of this success, the Limp family experienced the first of many tragedies when Frederick Limp, William Sr.'s favorite son, and heir apparent, died in 1901 at the age of 28. Frederick, who had never been in extremely good health, died of heart failure. Frederick Limp. Limp funeral to be private. Members of the immediate family to be present. The funeral of Frederick W. Limp will take place at 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon from the residence of his parents, Mr. and Miss William J. Limp Sr. It gives the address. I can't read the numbers, but 4th. I can't read that part. Something will be strictly private. No one but members of the immediate family will view the remains. The devastated William Limp was never the same. Beginning a slow withdrawal, he was rarely seen in public after his son's death. On January 1st, 1904, William's closest friend, Frederick Pabst, also died, leaving William indifferent to the details of running the brewery. Frederick Pabst. Though he still arrived at the office each day, he was nervous and unsettled. His physical and mental health began to decline, and on February 13, 1904, he shot himself in the head with a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson. That's so sad. W.M. J. Limp kills himself in grief. Self-inflicted wound in the terminal? I can't read that word. causes death of millionaire brewery president at his home on South 13th Street. Hey, Johnny's Journey. In November 1904, William Limp Jr. took over as the new president of the William J. Limp Brewery Company, inheriting the family business and a vast fortune. He and his wife, Lillian, began to spend the inheritance. Temple. You're right, that probably was the word temple. It's pretty blurred, so I was having a little bit of trouble reading it. William Limp Jr. Filling the house with servants, the pair spent huge amounts on carriages, clothing, and art. Lillian was a beautiful woman who came from a wealthy family herself. She and William Limp Jr. had married in 1899, and William J. Limp III was born on September 26, 1900. Oh, she's beautiful. Lillian Limp and William III. All right. Before long, Lillian became known as the Lavender Lady because of her fondness for the color. In addition to her lavender attire and accessories, she went so far as to have her carriage horses' harnesses dyed lavender. In the beginning, Will enjoyed showing off his trophy wife, but Will was a player, born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was used to doing and acting as he pleased. Aw, thank you, Thin Blue Lane. That's really nice. Lillian Limp. She's gorgeous. When William began to tire of his beautiful wife, he demanded that she must spend her time shopping, allotting her $1,000 a day. He gave her an ultimatum that if she didn't spend it, she would get no more. Wait a minute. I gotta read that again. Did a man really say, here's $1,000 a day, go spend it, and if you don't get any more? What? Thanks, Fox Fan D. Aw, thank you, Nettie. I'm going to read that again. When William began to tire of his beautiful wife, he demanded that she must spend her time shopping. Allotting her $1,000 a day, he gave her an ultimatum that if she didn't spend it, she would get no more. What? That seems a little off to me. I mean, not a bad deal. Loveless marriage probably sucked, but if somebody's going to give you $1,000 a day, I'll find a way to spend it. Give it away to charity, buy a bunch of new things for kids that I meet along the way. I don't know. I can find ways to spend $1,000 a day. Thin Blue Lane says $1 million was a lot back then. Yeah, it was. Linda Barker says, that was a lot of money to spend every day 100 years ago. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I wonder if she was allowed to give it away, or if she had to bring things home with it. Will's shenanigans caught up with him when he sired a son. I don't know what that word means, but we're going to go on. A son with a woman other than his wife. So he was not faithful and ended up with a woman pregnant with his kid. Okay. Will's philandering with either one of the many prostitutes or a mansion servant, the boy was born with Down syndrome. Then Lane said, had a kid with another woman. Yeah. Definitely had a kid with another woman. A total embarrassment to the family, the boy was hidden away from the world in order to cloak the Limp's shame. Known today as Monkey Face Boy, this unfortunate soul continues to show his presence at the Lemp Mansion. Oh, okay, first of all, they hid the kid away. I mean, I get the family shame of it all, but oh, that poor kid. And then to name him Monkey Face Boy, that just, I know they didn't understand that stuff back then, but yeah, Thin Blue Lane, he gave her $1K a day to get her out of the way. Yeah, I get that, but still could think of other ways to keep your wife busy than spending all your money, but I guess he was just trying to keep her happy. Hey, MGM Family Travel. On March 20th, 1920, Elsa Limp Wright, William's sister, the wealthiest heir heiress in St. Louis, shot herself just like her father had years before. Elsa was said to have been despondent over her rocky marriage. I don't know if it's going to say this later on, but I do know that the room that I pointed out in the house was supposedly the servant's room, which I believe is the one that got pregnant with his daughter. And it was also the daughter, the Alyssa Limp. It was also her room at one point. So they kind of believe that's why it's the most haunted. But we'll keep going and see if that shows up here. Just little facts that I've kind of heard throughout the years. On December 29th, 1922, William shot himself in the heart with a .38 caliber revolver in the very same building where his father had died 18 years before. William II took his life on the main level of the mansion, just inside the entrance to the left. Okay, so we have the father, we have Alyssa, and now we have William II, all committing suicide within the house. And then the older one had a heart attack, so that's 4 deaths so far, right? Am I keeping track correctly? Oof, it's a lot of tragedy. Linda Barker says, it wouldn't work today. I could spend $1,000 a day online before 9 a.m. Yeah, Linda Barker, that's very true. William J. Limp kills himself in Brewery office. Business worry and illness believed to have prompted act. I'm going to say with this many suicides, maybe there was some mental illness in the family. Just thinking maybe. In 1943, yet another tragedy occurred when William Limp III died of a heart attack at the age of 42. William's junior illegitimate child, now in his 30s, died at the mansion. He was buried on the Limp cemetery plot with only a small flat marker with the word Limp. Shortly after the Monkey Face Boy's death, this is all right. I'm going to go back for just a minute here. Go back to that statement again. Make sure my brain's processing. I told you I'm having a little bit of a difficult time today. My brain is just not processing things. Okay. 1943, yet another tragedy occurred when William Limp III died of a heart attack at the age of 42. William's junior illegitimate child, now in his 30s, died at the mansion. He was buried on the Limp cemetery plot Okay, so we were at 4, we have 5, we have 6 deaths now. All right. And how do you not claim him in life, and then you're not going to claim him in death either? I would hope, I don't know, I would, with it being a bed and breakfast and a dinner theater and all that stuff now, you think that they would honor that child, because this is such a tragic story and so sad. You think that people nowadays would go back and put like a plaque and honor him. Thin Blue Lane says first his son, then his Down syndrome son. Yeah, I was trying to keep track of how many deaths we are up to now. I think we're up to 6. Could be wrong, but I think we're up to 6. Charles became the 4th member of the Limp family to commit suicide. So yeah, 4 committed suicide, and then you had the heart attacks too. First, he shot his beloved Doberman Pinscher in the basement of the mansion. Then, climbing the stairs to his room on the 2nd floor, he shot himself. Charles was discovered on May 10th, 1949. Why did he take his dog's life? Happy Place said, why do you have to shoot the dog? What did the dog do to deserve that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Unless he believed that the dog was going to be in heaven with him and he didn't want to leave it. I don't know. Still, there's nothing that can make that okay. ZX24Me says, I expect someone to come up behind me and scare me. Yeah, I've had that happen while I'm reading these stories on camera. In case I am found, don't blame it on no one but me. He left a suicide note. Linda Barker says, who is Charles? Charles who? Am I missing something? I'm going to go back. Oh, it didn't say really, did it? I get what you're saying now. Crazy Charles, that's sad. He shot his dog. Wrote the murder. Alright, let's continue playing. I'm guessing Charles was just another family friend. Or not family friend. Member of the family. That's where all the bodies are of the Limp family. The suicide note might have been written by the murderer. You never know. When you drive on Highway 55, going south out of the city, you can see this. And going north into the city, this is still painted on the side of the building. Charles was the 3rd son of William Sr. There we go. Happy Place. Had it. The picture that my friend had, there was like a full ghost body, like of a person in a dress from back in the time, like standing in the middle of this room. Yes, thank you. Happy Place. This is one of the rooms. So now we're inside the place. That's a nice tub for back in the day. Be prepared to have company. You can see the body. Like, here's the head of the person. It's like they're standing sideways. It's a side profiler. Oh, no. I know in one of the rooms, like, the ceiling is painted real beautifully. Then Blue Lane says, it's the dog. Happy Place says, yes, quite fancy. See, I think the staircase is probably one of the most creepiest places I've seen in the videos and stuff, especially at night. Because most of the videos I've seen, people have to take the stairs, go up to their room, and then once they're in their room, they hear stuff in the hallway and on the staircase. So I don't know about you all, but like if you have to walk up the stairs, there's a monster or ghost chasing me. No, thank you. Or even going down the stairs, I've been scared of getting like pushed. I don't know. That's just me. That is a ghostly figure. I don't know if y'all can see it. Like, picture this being, back in the day, a hat with the flowers on it, and this being the skirt. You can even almost see, like, fully the hand. Tommy says, I don't get why ghosts always want to stay in haunted houses. Happy Place says, staircases are always creepy. Then Blue Lane, Tommy Travels, what happens when the house is gone? Yeah, see? And that ghost is on the stairs. See, I was just saying how creepy stairways are. Look at that. She's just hanging out on the stairs. Haha, reservations are always available. Hippie and I actually have talked about going and staying here. Maybe it's on our plan of things to do when we can both free up some time. But we both want to go stay there. And that was it on the video today. Didn't take as long when I was doing it by myself. I miss Nettie. I miss you, Nettie. All right. Get back over here. Stop to share. Bob's Adventure says, no reservations for me. Linda Barker says, tornado ghost. Thin Blue Lane, yes, I use 2 monitors. And they're kind of backwards. So when I have to drag my mouse, it's a little more difficult because it's not an even flow on my monitors. But Donald says, I believe they are not in peace with themselves. And Linda Barker says, it looks like she was carrying flowers. Happy Place says, oh, I think it would be cool to stay there. I hope you guys get to. Yeah, the plan is to go stay there. It's just figuring out the time that we can make it happen for both of us. But yeah, I really want to go stay there. I don't believe the ghosts were at peace with themselves because they committed suicide and they had so much like tragedy within their family. So I think that probably left them not very much at peace with themselves. Linda Barker says, I think it would be nuts to stay there. See, okay, Last week we covered, oh, my mind. What did we do? Sally House? Was that last week? I think Sally House was last week. The place we covered last week had the black fog stuff. And yeah, the Sally House is the one we did last week. It had the black fog stuff, which I believe is like demon entities. And so any place that has nothing but all that black fog stuff, no thank you. If it's all black fog in the pictures, I am not going. That's demons. I don't mess with no demons. I don't want to be near no demons. But like in this video, you can see a figure of a person. So to me, that's a ghost and their spirit is still stuck here. So I don't think I would be as scared of that because they were people at one time. You know what I mean? Then Blue Lane says, now I have to watch some scary videos. All right, then Blue Lane, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Nettie says, it doesn't seem too scary. Nettie says, the mansion looks so fascinating. Donald says, I have been talking to someone about George Reeves, the house where he killed. You see him in that bedroom. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I hope you and Hippie get a hold of each other. Steve Turtle, thank you for coming. It says, wait, what ghost? I'm scared of ghost. Tommy Troubles, I don't even want to go if it's fog hat in the pictures. I don't know. Something about spirits and ghosts fascinates me. Demons, not so much. Happy Place is amazing. Truly amazing. They're so helpful and sweet. I really adore Happy Place. She's very supportive of everybody. Linda Barker says, I'm thinking that's a hooded demon hanging on your door. That's my robes. I keep my robes on my door. There's also a jewelry thing under there. But when the dogs start barking for no reason and staring at the ceiling and the door opens, no thank you. No thank you. Steve Turtle, is Nomadic Hippie a girl? The breaking news story on the channel does show him in a dress. So, I don't know. Happy Place, you're making me blush, BB. There is going to be some videos coming this week, actually, too. I have another breaking story. It's not Hippie. There's somebody else that I got some dirt on, and I'm going to share it. I have to. I feel that if I come across these things, that it's my duty to share it with you all. Linda Barker says, what kind of cult are you in? I also have the 40 questions tag. A little bit sent me that, so I'm excited to do that. And then I have a BoxyCharm unboxing that I'm going to be filming too, and the giveaway is in that from last month. So I have quite a few videos I need to get to work on, and those will be coming out soon. But yeah, that's kind of what I have coming up. Some kind of turn from. Bow's Adventure said, you said duty. Laugh out loud. Oh, a joke. I have a joke. I think it's funny, but I don't know. Why did Tigger look in the toilet? That is true. It is your duty to share. It is. I feel like if I get dirt on somebody or funny something on somebody, that you all need to see it too. I mean, I I showed you the horse video too at one point. So, I mean, I just feel like I need to. Donald, yeah. Have you talked with Hippie yet? Have you two gotten a hold of each other yet? You and Nomadic Hippie? Yeah, I think that the breaking news is going to come as a shock to a lot of people. I mean, it came as a shock to me, the new breaking news. But Steve Turtle said, to see his reflection. Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes, has it because he was looking for poo. So the joke was, why did Tigger look in the toilet? And Fordman said, because he was looking for poo. Linda Barker said, squirrel. Yeah, I am kind of squirrel tonight. I don't know. Tommy Travel says, thank you for keeping us abreast of upcoming attractions. I don't really care. I just wanted to say abreast. Donald, you're trying to get a hold of him? Okay. Steve Turtle said, I think that is correct. That is correct. Yes. Nettie said, if anyone has any suggestions on places you would like us to take a peek at or do history on, let us know. Steve Turtle, you are correct. He looked, man, I'm just clicking on everything. Hippie had some good looking legs. I mean, some really good looking legs. And as Bob's Adventure pointed out, Hippie was even wearing an ankle bracelet. Like, he went full on girl. Oh, so this week I've been watching kind of scary video stuff, just get in the mood. Today I made chili because, you know, what better food in the fall than chili? So I'm just kind of like in a fall, creepy Halloween-y type mood, and I've been watching some creepy Halloween stuff. Now, if there's kids around, cover their ears for a second because I want to ask an opinion on something. And it's kind of, I wouldn't want any kid to hear it. Kenneth says, I heard that joke on Griswold. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was on Griswold Family Vacay. It was a good joke. So, these scary videos I was watching. Now, I believe in ghosts. I believe in demons. I believe. Some people don't believe at all. But then there's some stories that are just like, no way. No, that cannot be true. So, the story that I seen the other day, I was like, there's no way. No way. It was a YouTube channel that goes in and like cleanses houses and films paranormal activity. And he was interviewing the two sisters that were experiencing paranormal activity in their home. But not like a door slamming type paranormal activity. The one sister was in a full-on physical, if you catch my drift, physical relationship with her demon. And the only reason that they were getting rid of it, or trying to, was because it now started doing the same physical things with her sister. Is that crossing a line? Is that something that we really think is possible? I'm curious about that. Happy Place says, I did chili yesterday. Agreed. Great fall food. Yeah, we're doing chili, and I have hot dogs and buns, so we can do chili cheese dogs if you want. So we're excited. It's been simmering since about noon. It'll be really good. Steve Turtle said, ankle bracelet. I think it was because he was under house arrest. Donald says, I love October. My favorite movie is The Body Snatchers. Steve Turtle said, there is something behind you right now. I saw it move. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this house is a little bit creepy. A little bit. And Bob's Adventure said, wow. Paranormal activity scares the poo out of me. POOH. Linda Barker says, that sounds like fiction to me. Bob's Adventure says, oh, wow. Yeah. Like, I was watching the story, and the girls that were saying that these things, that they were having relations with their demons, wouldn't show their face. And I was like, of course they're not going to show their face. They'll be forever known as the girls that are having relations, like full-on relations with their demons. But the guy who was putting on the YouTube video was so serious. And I was like, do they really think we believe this? Like, maybe some people do believe it, but and it went into like graphic detail. I was like, we're kind of crossing a line here with the belief of ghosts and what they're capable of when we think those things are possible. Tinks says, just a quick hello and a big like for you from Ireland. Thanks, Tinks. I appreciate it. Nettie says, love chili. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. And I thought it was really weird that anyone would claim that. But the girl was also claiming like she wanted to get rid of it because she didn't like it doing stuff with her sister. But her sister was like, she won't get rid of it because she's in a relationship with it. And I'm like, what? What did I just say? Linda Barker says, my daughter makes victory chili when the Browns win. We had Polish sausage tonight. Ooh, that sounds good. Victory chili every time the Browns win. Tommy's Travels. You're so funny. It hasn't popped up on my StreamYard screen yet. That's hilarious, Tommy. Tommy said, why is that not popping up? It says, Tommy says, ghosts don't have bones or boners. And Nettie says, an incubus demon. Yeah, and I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, they were saying that's what kind of demon it was. And I'm like, I don't know how far I can go with that. We're stretching it a little here. But there were people in the because I was like, first thing I do when I see something that's totally not believable to me, my opinion, is I go to the comment section to see if other people are actually like going along with it. Do they believe it? Or they like, I don't know. And everybody was like talking like they actually believed this was a thing and it was happening. I'm like, no. Not possible. Hey, Timmy Ray the King. Hope you're having a great Sunday. So, anybody have anything coming up or anything they just put out that they're excited about? Put it in the chat so we can all go check it out. A little bit. I was just saying that I have to do my 40 questions that you sent me. I'm going to get that out this week. I was just saying that a little bit ago. Tommy Travel says, although the stuff going on in hippies' post-mortem streams are freaky. I 100% agree with that. I don't know why some comments are showing up over here and not over here at all. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, Bob's Adventure shared the link earlier, but there's a rocking chair, and it's timestamped in Hippie's video in the comment section. But the rocking chair is just sitting there. It's never moved before. It just sits there. There's an egg, like a big plastic egg in the chair, and there's a head next to it. All of a sudden, the rocking chair just kind of rocks and then turns a little bit more and then knocks the head off by turning. and then it just like sits. It's so creepy the way that this chair moves. It's not like somebody could have moved it, I don't think. And Hippie was in Florida when this happened. So very, very creepy. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. A little bit says, I've been here just driving in the hot snow. Oh, okay. Be careful, be careful. Yeah, I am off tonight, and I apologize. My mind is like in a million different places. Be honest, I'm excited about my chili dogs. I get to eat after this. And I miss Nettie. We do this together every Sunday, so I miss her. But I hope you all enjoyed the dive into the Limp, and maybe sometime soon, Hippie and I can go visit there and do a stream for you from there. Nell Court said, I had to take a call, so why does the family keep the house? Are we talking about, Nell, are you talking about the Limp, or are you talking about the one where the twins live? Because the one where the twins live, that story I was talking about, the girl's in a relationship with the ghost or demon. And apparently their story was that the mom didn't believe them that this stuff was happening, but the mom is the one that was like summoning things before she moved out. And whatever it is not from the house. It's like attached to the girls. So kind of creepy. I don't believe it, but creepy if it was true. Nice says, miss you too. Timmy Ray the King says, I'm watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie on here, YouTube. Tell you I seen you live. Ah, okay. Nell Court says, first one, missed the second story. Steve Turtle says, so are you in Missouri? Yes, I am in Missouri. And the first one on the Limp Museum it's like historical. And now it's, I mean, it's a mansion in the city. It's worth tons of money. So I can't imagine the family ever getting rid of it. I think it's still family owned. Way down the line of generations, but they don't live in it. It's just a bed and breakfast now. Yes, we're gonna ride. We're gonna ride. Told you my brain is not working. We're going to raid Box Mandy. If you haven't seen her new compost toilet video, check it out. She cracks me up, and she's so intuitive, inventive. She's amazing. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Timmy Ray the King says, crazy people. Nell says, crazy people. Oh, wait. Timmy Ray said, hey, Bob the Builder. Nell said, crazy people. See, my comments over here aren't the same as over there. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all. Oh, Steve says my first work camper job was in Lake of the Ozarks. I love Lake of the Ozarks. It's one of my favorite places. Pretty cool. Well, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. And we'll have Nettie back next week, I think, hopefully. And keep an eye out for breaking news coming out later this week. Thank you all for coming. You make my heart very, very happy. Wishing you all much kindness and much love. Bye for now, everybody.